Hey everybody, Steven here playing Subnautica Below Zero, and today looking at the latest updates to the game. So with this, we have new PDA voice work. I'm going to cover that here in a little bit. We have creature eggs in game as well finally. Now a lot of these I've actually already showcased. I did a video a while ago, but they weren't actually in game for the most part. I think there may be one or two that was at the time, but they're actually implementing these. And this is actually the this would be the crash fish egg, right? This one, typically you get sulfur, so you kind of have to track these down. And I'm just in, where am I? Arctic kelp caves, right? So I looked at one and then came across the second one and was able to find it. I don't know how that kind of goes. Let's see, I just heard another one. It may be X amount that they have will generate it. So you go down into one of the caves here, and they have a bunch of them, right? And then out of there, maybe you find one egg. There we go. They're still getting stuck. Yeah. So usually you find sulfur, right? But we'll actually see if we can get this thing hatched. I'm not going to cover the rest of those. I actually have to track those down. I know where some of them are, but I still need to spend a little bit of time and then hopefully do a video where I just literally show you all the different locations where you can find these. The last video I showed you where you could find a penguin egg. So with this, let's head over to the Arctic Spire biome. The sound for the ice worm, there we go, it's supposed to be in game. Ooh, there we go, I heard it for a second. So let's see if we can see this. There it is. Ooh. You hear that chomping? I like that. That sounded great. The chomping and then like the digesting, right? The swallowing of the snow stalker there. There's supposed to be a sound effect added also for when it kind of barely breaches the ground. Don't know if I can actually see that while I'm invisible here. Let's try that. I know there's a lot of different points here that'll click in, either attacks or anything like that. Snow stalker stalking. That's odd. Not actually having them queue in right now. Let's spawn in the thumper too, because I know that's supposed to be updated.
Researchers to explore perils in blueprints. The thumper creates a steady source of noise that might repel unwanted creatures by amplifying collision sound waves.
So with that, you hear the new PDA voice work. There's some other ones that we're going to look at, but that one is new as well. There we go, and it looks like they fixed it. And I think this sound has been updated as well. That may have been from last week, by the way. Right, that you hear it like coming up through and then coming back down, not just the thump. Grab some snow. Why can't you grab snow? Still stalking. But yeah, they finally fixed this because it was highlighting everything versus just the line, which I like when it just has the line here. But yeah, they have a new animation. Kind of bummed that I'm not. Wait. There we go. So I think that sound has been improved. But I didn't come in before. I wasn't able to check to see on the reach. Whoa. And this may be the thing it was referring to. But I thought it was just where it's like you kind of see its spikes go through the ground. So we have that. Then, and they still haven't updated the garden here. Waiting for this to get updated. Still hasn't happened. Hopefully here soon. Let's come back over here. Let's actually do Bob the Builder. We're gonna look at
adding emergency shelter blueprints to your databank.
So listening to...
Now I just need to build the test override module. Then I can disable that satellite tower.
So not that, but when we actually start building things, and it looks like they've improved the legs on
With
this.
the builder tool, you can
This is
construct
new.
sea bases from raw materials, advising against exploring a frozen water continent without a base. No bed, no storage, no place to put a fabricator module, no fun.
All right, I have a scanner.
Her voice is definitely growing on me. I know a lot of people have been like, oh, I don't like that. They're either on board with it or they're not. But as I'm hearing it more, definitely seems like it's kind of taken on a better personality. But the legs here seem to have been improved with how they actually pop up now and disappear for your base. Now this may have been in game for a minute. I'm just now noticing it, but I was messing around with building a base and definitely looks better. Let's build that there. I like how high you can go, but it definitely has a limit to it. Do that. Alright. And actually, let's see. Let's get a large room going. And let's see.
Warning. Emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
Let's get a reactor rod going. And so I went through and started checking for what is actually in game in terms of the new lines that she'll actually say.
All primary systems online.
And it is interesting around certain things. I don't know if she'll say it with that, no. I don't think she'll say it with any of this stuff. She might say some new dialogue with that, no. Okay, but I do know... Where is it? The recyclotron.
This alien technology allows for the recycling of natural resource components without rinsing and sorting them into bins first.
So something like that, right? And I do want to get into updated PDA logs. So this is obviously going to contain potential story spoilers. So if you don't want any of that, I wouldn't watch this section, although you're going to miss out potentially on the crashfish egg, but I'll do a separate video covering those eggs anyways. But for those that do want to look at some of this stuff, Sam's messages are now one-sided. Remember when they first did these, there was a correspondence, so you actually had Sam and Robin talking. That is not the case now. It is just Sam talking.
This necklace appears to have belonged to Samantha Ayu. She wears it in photos.
And so if you start looking through some of these things, it seems like you had this accident, and then you actually have this lady Alexis. And this is just me without me reading everything. It's just kind of my first read on what I've seen so far. It seems like Alexis is coming in as a detective and trying to find out what happened, right? So we have these we have the security recording there. Margaret's logs actually have, not all of them, but the greenhouse, I'd rather be hunting. The dialogue with her and Sam, so this is going to be a huge story spoiler. I'm going to play this one.
That's your plan?
You don't think it'll work?
You're thinking too small. Like maybe if you're polite enough about destroying the bacteria, Altera will come around and see it your way. But do you believe in yourself or not?
I think so.
You think so? Come on. Is a bacteria a threat, or isn't it?
It is.
Does it need to be dealt with or not?
It does.
So who's right on this?
I am.
Say it like you mean it.
I am.
I said like you mean it, not like you're testifying before a rigged transgov court.
I am.
Great. Then what you gotta do is seal off the whole cave. I've got just the stuff. Made it for fishing, but it blew the whole ice shelf halfway to deep space. Vaporized all the fish.
Okay.
And you gotta hit the lab too, or there's just no point. Actually, you know what? Let me take care of that one. It'll be fun.
So I like that this snippet right here has felt the most organic and real out of some of the other conversations. I think some of the other ones I've listened to do compared to what we had before. And especially, I've mentioned this before, when I'm just sitting here reading them, it doesn't sound as good, obviously. But this one, I really like this audio log. I also just like Margaret as a character, and I like looking or listening to her logs with all of this. So we have more here. You'll look at a bunch of different cut stuff here. I know, where would it? Delta station map has been updated when you actually scan it now also. Research, so more logs here. Where was it? Meeting with Zeta. So, and then it was, the interesting thing has been to
Oh, hey, Parvin. Can I get you to
hear the
sign
different
off here?
characters' voices.
What is all this?
I don't know. Some kind of measuring equipment? Lil said she'd send someone over to set it up later.
Ah, alien science nonsense.
I wouldn't say that. You should have
So I don't want to listen to that whole one. Save some of this for you guys. Zeta.
If you're not cheating, then you won't mind if I record this conversation. Is that right?
So listening to Zeta's voice. Let's see. There was one.
We've studied the first Corral bacteria samples from the specimen.
Danielle.
Results are promising.
So we've listened to that. Or we've heard her voice. At least I did another video. Yeah, Parvan. Let's see. Vin.
Danny's not here, I'm afraid.
That's okay. It's you I wanted to see. What's that you're working on?
Just a sketch for a piece I want to make. I'm slacking off. Don't tell the boss lady.
I won't.
Emmanuel.
David, you'll be happy to know the Frost Pack is making excellent progress. I must say, my management style appears to be uniquely well suited to isolated snow planets. I miss you, of course.
Ah, my darlings, Brian, Svea, and Oren, I'm counting the days until I can come home and give you all the hugs and kisses. Since my research project was cancelled, they have me at a place called Outpost Zero doing nothing.
So this, for those that know, at Outpost Zero, the kids' drawings, which are actually, somebody mentioned the particular dev, I can't remember which dev just offhand here, but it's actually their kids' drawings that they've scanned and put them in game. But I like Lil's voice. Something about it is just, I don't know. One, the accent, but it just, as a parent myself, you can hear that warm, comforting, kind of more natural tone out of her voice when she's talking about her kids. She seems like a mom, right? Just with the small dialogue that we have in here. So we have that bunch of different stuff in here, right? We already listened to Alexis there. So there's that. I don't want to run through everything with that. Trying to obviously save some stuff, but for people to discover. And I'm actually saving stuff for myself. I haven't gone through to listen to all of it just because I do want to reserve some for my final playthrough of the game. So we have that. Let's get this aquarium set up here.
An aquarium just for
Here we go.
looks, or your own personal sushi factory. You decide.
Our own personal sushi factory. So now with this updated dialogue, it does sound similar to that kind of quirkiness that the PDA from the first game had, right? Alright. Ooh. Let's see here. I didn't get to zoom in on that. Ooh. That is creepy. Whoa, there it goes. That was just like an eyeball, right? Obviously it has a big eyeball. Where are you going? Whoa. You just... Oh, no, there you are. Crash fish, there we go. There it is. Alright, we have one more thing I'm going to check out. This has kind of been outside of the story stuff. A little bit more key, just tons of bug fixes. They still have a lot of stuff on the docket. I need to actually check Favreau. I know they've updated the clouds and the volume with the clouds. Ooh, hear that? I think that's the Cryptosuchus, or is that the... I know they updated the sound for... Yeah, that's Cryptosuchus. They're updating the sound, actually. I don't think it's in-game yet, but they are updating the sound for the Calycerate. But yeah, the clouds are supposed to be improved. The volume with them is supposed to be tweaked. And they have great looking clouds in game. But here, when you're going to the Big Tree Spire biome, we're going to play one more kind of PDA voice line here in a second with actually going to this biome. It used to be like that bright purple. Somebody posted in my Discord about it being changed, and I have the new Samsung Odyssey G5 monitor, and I've been messing with the HDR so I can talk about that for the video on it. So I just thought, my coloring settings are off or something. I need to tweak some stuff. But no, it does actually look like they've tweaked the like brighter purple-ish pink coloring that they had over here, which I'm kind of bummed because I actually really like that. So I don't know if they're going to keep it like this or if they'll bring it back, because I thought it was such a good contrast to this kind of brightish green that you get with the lily pad biome. But hopefully we see that changed back. If not, I don't know if it's that big of a deal, right? But it is changed.
Warning. Parsing 100
So,
meters.
whoa.
Oxygen efficiency decreased.
I shouldn't have done that. Alright, we'll
The
get a new
nearby
line.
spires
Here we go.
are substantial thermal vent structures hospitable to coral formation.
Hospitable to coral and what did she say? Hospitable to coral formation. Which is why you have the corals on them, right? Yeah. Creepy down here. Let's jump down. Face plant. Boom. No damage.
Rising temperatures
There we
detected
go.
in mineral-rich fissure below. The vent garden harvests geothermal energy to nurture the life that grows within.
So we have, that's being another line. What I've noticed though is I have subtitles turned on, so with other things the subtitles have played, with her new lines they haven't. So I don't know if that's on purpose or not. But that's actually going to round out this video. I wanted to share more with this, and actually I forgot one last thing. But unfortunately there's just more bug fixes going on, and they didn't do the updates and release them today like I was hoping. And obviously we don't have an EA release right now, so hopefully next week. I was thinking it was going to be today, but obviously not. Alright, let's ghost into here. I almost forgot. Oh, this one. This is one of the new
The
lines.
jukebox lets you listen to music in your base. No one said survival couldn't be funky.
So that's another, like I said, weirder lines with this that makes the PDA seem a little bit more quirky in a good way, right? So that's actually going to be it for this video, everybody. If you guys like the video, hit the like button for me. If you want to continue to follow along with all my content, hit the subscribe button for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to join the Discord, I always put that link in the comment section so you guys can actually go over there shout out to everybody in the Discord, because there's so much cool information that everybody is sharing there, and a lot of times I'll actually pick up on something that I wasn't aware of just because everybody's talking about it on my Discord. So you guys can check that out. Like I said, the link is in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check back soon for more videos.